Hello guys, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Mighty No.9. We're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of Mighty No.9. Now I'm going to try to make this review as non-biased as possible because I actually do enjoy the game itself and everything about it. Okay, now first off, to talk about is the story. Now, classic Mega Man really didn't have a story. You just start the game, you see the selection screen, and you just pick whichever robot, and after you beat their robots, you have to stop Dr. Wily. I call him Willie, but whatever. Now, in Mighty No.9, you start off with an intro stage, which is like, something you really never get. And, well, except in, I think Mega Man X? Yeah. Yeah, in Mega Man X you get an intro stage as well, so I'm guessing this game is supposed to portray after Mega Man X mostly. But the computer virus goes and makes all the robots go on a rampage. So your siblings, the Mighty Numbers, are all being affected by this computer virus, or digital computer virus or whatever. So it's up to Beck to stop them. So now you have your classic Mega Man stop all 8 robots from rampaging, destroying America or the world and whatnot. And then you have that, and it adds on to it because you'd expect a bad guy to be behind it, but there's can't really say there's a bad guy behind the robots going on a rampage because of the computer virus, because the guy that frames Blackwell, he doesn't get arrested. And also, spoilers, if you haven't beat the game, after you beat the game, the thing that caused the virus was Trinity, which was one of Dr. White's creations, so it was kind of his fault in general. But the president of the government or whatever turned Trinity back on. He turned Trinity off because he knew it was going to be a problem. If he didn't, because apparently it was supposed to have the ability to grow, but it wasn't, stable. So he proceeded out with his next model, which was Beck. But for some reason, the fucking idiot of the president of the government turned it back on, which caused all which because Trinity can take cells of robots and absorb them and control them. So that's basically what happened, was controlling all the robots and basically all the Mighty Numbers around the world. So that's basically most of the story. But I'm guessing no one really didn't give a crap about the story, and I think they said it was bad. But I thought it was pretty interesting because it's something you really wouldn't expect. Because because it was something you really didn't expect. I know in Mega Man X, I think I haven't. It's been such a long time since I played X. I kind of forgotten the whole story. I know Dr. Wily made Zero, and I think he left a virus for. Yeah, he left a virus for the other robots to get infected by, and the robots went on a rampage. So the story is somewhat kind of similar to Mega Man X. I think I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can correct me or not. I'll just have to do my research again. But yeah, the story this game was mostly portrayed to be after Mega Man X somewhat. But it has the Mega Man feel to me, like classic Mega Man, but not Mega Man X, because I have the collection, but I haven't beaten all of them, But as I said, it's supposed to portray after Mega Man. I know I said this like several times, so I'm just trying to make it clear. And a lot of people said it wasn't like Mega Man X, so it didn't really bother me when they said that. The reason why I like this game a lot is because, Capcom's not giving us anything. They haven't been giving us any hints about the new Mega Man game coming at all. They did ask the fans, would you like to see another Mega Man game? And everyone's like, yeah, I would like to see Mega Man 11. But, they haven't said anything since then, so, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know. Maybe they just asked that question to get the fans excited for no reason. But so far, I mean, we haven't seen anything Mega Man related in about 3 years, and Capcom isn't, giving us anything. So that's why I don't really hate this game as much. Well, I don't even really hate it. Like, I like the game a lot because, we haven't gotten anything Mega Man for like the past 3 years, where people say this isn't Mega Man. but it's the closest thing we have, and I'm just like, even though it's not the best, people should be grateful, but guess not. But continuing on, the next pro is the abilities. All of the abilities are very great. If you weren't paying attention to background, sniper ability for Mighty No.8 is one of my favorite abilities. Now, if you want to rack up a good combo score, I suggest you use Cryosphere ability because it frees them, and even if you are a second late, you'll still get 100% because they're frozen, so you can still maintain that combo score that you want. But if you just want to try out the abilities and expand their variety of other use abilities, you can, because all the abilities can basically be used on every level except for like Pyro, since you have to charge his up, but it can be used on the last level at the Battle Coliseum to help you out, and Mighty No.3 stage. But all the other abilities can basically be used on any other stage to help you out. Um Best abilities for combo score, I suggest either Mighty No.7s, Mighty No.8, or Mighty No.2. Now, if you want a high combo score, I suggest Mighty No.2. But if you just want to have a good score in general, I suggest either Mighty No.7, Mighty No.7, or Mighty No.8. And I mean, if you're quick enough, you can use Mighty No.4. Resume. I honestly forgot. And the abilities are very useful. They can be used in all aspects and everywhere except for Pyro's ability. I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself. I may have already said that, but all the abilities are very useful. Even Pyro's, his is useful on, of course, Cryosphere stage, Dynatrons, and also the last stage. Aviator's ability is pretty useful if you just want to just throw shit, because you don't have to fly to throw it, and as you're hovering you can dash. It can also damage enemies. And Mighty No.4's ability can be used to just travel faster, bounce off of enemies consecutively, and now if you want to rack up a very good score on Mighty No.9, if that's what you'd like and you don't care for the story, then the best ability for that is Cryosphere ability, because it freezes enemies, and even if you get hit while freezing them, you'll be a second late, but it'll still be 100%. So if you want to have a good combo score, then that's what you can use. Or after you beat the game, you can just go back and play the stages again and get a better score, or you can just play the game on hard mode. But now, if you're a Mega Man fan and you don't like this, then if you don't like it at all, then I suggest you don't get it. You don't get it. But if you are a Mega Man fan and you do want the game, I'm just letting you know, be prepared for tedious levels. Not all of them are tedious, as you can see. Some of them can be, especially the last one, and especially the last boss is tedious as hell. And the gameplay is very solid in my opinion. There were some things that it can improve on, like right here on Aviator stage. If you stand still a bit, it's like constantly shaking as the thing is hovering. They could have fixed that as well, and they could have put more detail on the flying ship itself, because it's just so plain and dull. Same with the background. It's just a tower and just cloudy skies. It could have been more. They could have put more detail into it, but they didn't, which kind of saddens me. But the game itself is decent to me in general, unlike everyone else who just hates it and just says don't buy it at all. It is $30 here in America, and I'm pretty sure the price will. I'm pretty sure the price will drop down. The gameplay can be consistent. If you're very quick, it can still be fun. And it might seem easy, but then there are times that you will feel frustrated, just like how you feel frustrated on a Mega Man game. There are times where it does feel like a Mega Man game, and there is times when it just doesn't. But, and yeah, some of the effects, like the ship falling and exploding right there, Could have done a better job of that. Same with the explosions. Everyone says explosions look like pizza. I agree. They should have used a better trailer to advertise the game, like their launch trailer, which was only like 53 seconds. They should have used that.
Peggy 12.
But they didn't, which really ruined the marketing for it. So not only did the terrible marketing hurt the game, the early reviews that IGN and Haydox did hurt the game also. So now I really doubt people are even buying the game. But if you're like a true hardcore Mega Man fan and you don't like this game at all, then I suggest you don't get it at all. But if you're still a Mega Man fan and want to see how the game is, because the gameplay is very decent if you ask me, it might seem boring at times, but it still will keep you on your feet, because it kept me. I played the beta and I had fun doing the beta. I was very prepared for what the game was going to be after playing the beta. I'm like, okay, I know the game's gonna be like this. But if you are interested in getting the game, then I suggest you do. If not, then just don't get the game. And I mean, if you don't like it, then you don't like it, but you don't have to constantly shit on it. And apparently it's going around saying that Unifune said that it's better than nothing, even though he didn't really say that. His translator put his own opinion on it, so of course I think the game is fairly decent, but that's just my opinion. I'm just giving you facts and stuff that I noticed in the game that they could have improved, and stuff in the game that I actually liked. Now, the last boss in the game could have been way much more fun, but it's slow, it's irritating, and the second phase takes 10 minutes itself alone. Now, I can understand if it was like Dark Souls. I can understand the boss being that long, but this is supposed to be like a Mega Man game. Now, the last boss is just fucking irritating as hell. I didn't like it. It took me so many tries. The game can be beaten in a 3 to 5 hour span if you're just starting it and you're fairly decent at the game. But I know the game can be beaten in 60 minutes or under, because there's an accomplishment saying beat the game in 60 minutes or under. So that obviously means that you can beat the game in 60 minutes or less. But you just have to be quick and fast about it and non-stop. But the last stage itself actually takes 20 minutes because of the final boss, Trinity, because it has 2 phases. Now, there's a little trick you can do as Trinity shoots those balls that hurt you. You can use Brandish's ability, Mighty No.7, to just slice at them, and since it has the reflect properties, it won't affect you at all, so you can just do that. You can just get right in front of Trinity and just keep slashing because it won't affect you. And as she sucks them back in, you just turn around and just slash at those so you won't get hit by it. And I found that out, and it was very useful in my opinion. It helped me out a lot because I was just jumping over, losing constant health because of the pattern, because I didn't catch it at first, and then the second phase really caught me off guard because I didn't even know you even had to shoot the fucking 3 eyeballs. I was just like, what the hell do you do? And then I instantly died, and I was pissed because this boss was annoying. And after I beat the first phase, I thought it was done, but I wasn't. but the game itself, fairly decent. Could use a lot of polishing in some aspects of the game. I guess they could have used moving mouths, but I mean, in Mega Man, they didn't really even move their mouths as much. I mean, you just saw them talking in the dialogue. So, I mean, I can't really see complete. I don't know why people complain about that because, I mean, I don't even think they even moved their mouths that much in the Mega Man X itself. But anyways, moving on. A thing that really made me like this game a lot more was the Ray DLC. Now, Ray is the prototype of Beck. She has the Proto Man backstory, and the Proto Man backstory, but just more to the extreme. Her cells are constantly deteriorating, so she constantly has to absorb cells to survive. So she constantly has to consume other robots in order to survive. When you start her campaign, when you start her story, she says she has 12 hours to live. Now, I know this is a kid's game, but that's pretty dark. It's just like, oh man, I have 12 hours to live. And I would also like to add in fun stages. Counter Shade, Mighty No.8 stage. Mighty No.1, Paragon, and Mighty No.7, Brandish. Those stages are fun. But continuing on, Ray is a very, very fun character. As you play as her, your health, as obviously you can see, your health goes down. So this basically makes you say, oh, you don't have a lot of time, so you constantly have to just go at a fast pace, absorb every single robot you see to get your health back. But you also have to be careful and space things properly, or you're gonna take damage, and as you take damage, you cannot regain that health that you took damage from. So playing as Ray, you have to be careful and fast, and you have to be careful and have quick reflexes, more quicker reflexes than you have to be with Beck. Now, she has a dash that can absorb enemies, or you can just melee them. Now, there are certain enemies that you have to constantly hit in order to absorb them, because even if you dash, they'll blink, but then you have to dash into them again. So you can either just dash into them twice, or you can melee them. She also gains abilities that makes her different from Beck. I only have gotten 3 of them. I've only gotten three of the abilities: Pyrogens, Counter Shades, and Dynatron. Counter Shades makes you intangible, so you basically become invisible. You cloak yourself to where enemies can't hit you, and you can dash out of it to absorb enemies, which is actually very helpful at times for being constantly attacked. Pyrogens is like, she gets this little weird thing on her hand, and as she swings, it explodes. So that's pretty cool. And Dynatrons, you shoot a dynamo, and it sends electric waves throughout the ground. But I give this game a 6.9 out of 10. Ray, it was a 6, but then Ray raised it up to a 6.9 because her gameplay is very fun and consistent and keeps you on your toes. But the game itself is very, very decent, but they do need to polish up on a lot of things. If Inafune does make a sequel, hopefully he can see the mistakes that he made in the last one to improve on it. But I give the game a 6.9 out of 10. And since I'm too lazy to make an outro, here's a very unfunny meme.
What's up, my bitches? I gotta talk to you in a minute.
Want some tea?
Give me my tea, bitch! Damn! That shit good! Bitch! I don't care if you sick! Wake the fuck up! What? Stop fucking crying!
Oh yeah, Sasuke. You don't know where I'm at, do you?
Surprise, bitch. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Sasuke. Come on, bring that shit. Bring that shit, nigga. Bring that shit. Come on.